In today's video, I'm going to talk about one of the fastest ways to start making money on YouTube as a new YouTuber. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Hey, Alexa Saarenoja here. Welcome to my channel where I help new YouTubers grow on YouTube. So in this video, we're going to talk about how you can start to implement coaching into your YouTube channel via a Calendly link or some sort of calendar link so that you can start getting clients right away and start making money ASAP on YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to jump into my screen and I'm going to show you how to set up a calendar through Calendly. There's lots of other applications you can use, but I'm going to show you in this one. We're going to set up an event. We're going to create a link. We're going to put the link in our YouTube description and we're going to start making money as soon as possible with YouTube. So let's hop into my computer now. So I do think one of the fastest ways to make money on YouTube is if you have the ability to make a consulting company or start coaching online. And I'm a little nervous that my computer is glitching. Hopefully it doesn't die during this video. But the first thing you want to do is go to some sort of calendar setup so you can have a link in your YouTube description about how they can get in touch with you. So I use Calendly. There's lots of other programs you can use, but we're going to go with Calendly for this video. So you go to calendly.com and you sign up for Calendly. Once you've signed up for Calendly, you're going to come to this screen, and you're not going to see any events like this. I have a bunch of events created for my business. But what we're going to do is walk you through how to create one of these. And basically what this is how people can connect with you. So let's say this is an event, YouTube consultation. You can share this link and anywhere, like on a YouTube description, and then people can click on that link and it will go to this page that shows what and when they can reserve a time with you. So mine shows, hello, book a YouTube consulting session to get personalized answers to your questions and detailed advice on how to successfully grow your channel. Whether you're just starting out or looking to improve an existing channel, this meeting will provide you with insights and strategies you need to achieve your goals on YouTube. The meeting will be 50 minutes long. Up here, it also says the name of the meeting, the length of the meeting, and the cost of the meeting. And it has this little credit card icon because you do need to pay before you sign up, or in order to sign up. So then people will see your availability on your calendar over here, and they can click on a date and see that it's available at 8:30 in the morning and 10:15 in the morning. Now, this is showing for me Eastern European time, which is where I am right now. And the current time is 11:57. So we can set it up in your system, like if you're working internationally, that no matter who logs on to your calendar, they will see it in their time zone. So someone in the US would be seeing this as like 3 in the morning or something like that. Like Eastern Standard Time would be like 3 in the morning or something like that. Or actually it would be 1:30 in the morning. So for this call, so they would see it very differently. But yeah, just to let you know. So this is what they would see when they go to your link, and then they can click on the time, they can hit next. And this is where they would need to add in their information. And then here it will say the price is $200 and then pay with PayPal. You can pay with Stripe as well, but in Calendly, you cannot add more than one payment form in an event. So you have to create a duplicate event with a Stripe payment instead. And so here I say, if you prefer to pay with Stripe instead of PayPal, click here to set an appointment with this link. And that will take you, if someone copies this, I thought it was more of a clickable link that they could click on, but I guess it's not. Then they can go here and they can see this is the Stripe version. So now if they set a time and they hit next, down here, they'll be paying with Stripe instead of PayPal. So that's how that works. So I'll show you that in this video as well. And then I'll also show you really quickly in my channel how I use this link. So with my videos, if I go to my YouTube studio, so if I go to my channel and I open up one of my videos, you can see in my video, in the link or in the description where I have more, here it says right away, how to work with me, one-on-one consulting for growing your YouTube channel. They can click on this link and go to my calendar. When they click on it, then it opens up the calendar and they go through that process of setting up an appointment time for them. So that is basically where you could put it. You can also put it as your comment. You can pin your comments to the top. So instead of share your thoughts, I'd love to hear them, I could put here, connect with me, sign up for a one-on-one meeting or something like that. You can put that as your pinned comments. And if you're wondering how you do a pinned comment, you just make a comment on your video and then you go to the 3 dots and you say pin. This one says unpin because it's already pinned, but you would just pin it. So then your comment is always at the top whenever someone makes a new comment. Okay. So that's how I use it on my YouTube channel. And you can also put the links on your website, on, your newsletters, wherever you are using and you want people to make appointments with you. But definitely I say, if you want to start making money on YouTube and you have the skills to consult already at whatever you're doing, maybe you're proficient in whatever you're talking about on YouTube and you have the ability to consult with people or coach people, then I would set it up right away. I wouldn't wait at all. It is one of the quickest ways of making money on YouTube. And also it's a great service. So if someone comes to your YouTube channel and they're like, I really love this person's information, I would love to talk, pick their brain, get on a call with you and pick your brain easily. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an event so that you can get a link to post on your channel. And to create an event, we go to create, this create tab, then we hit event type. And then from there, we're going to do one-on-one host with one invitee. So this is like a one-on-one coaching call. Select that. You choose the host. So it's probably only going to be you because it's only you that's in Calendly. You can do this. Okay. So you can do this with the free version of Calendly. But if you want to link payments like PayPal and Stripe, you would need to take the paid version. But if you don't mind sending an invoice after someone signs up and meets with you, then you can totally do the free version. And you could use PayPal or whatever you want to send them an invoice. So then I hit next. And then here's where we'll start to fill in all this information. And this is a preview of what the event will look like. Since you are familiar with an event, which I just showed you, this is what we're going to be building up. So the first thing you want to do is name your event. So I'm going to call it coaching 1-to-1, maybe like 1-to-1. And here is a color coding. Now with the color coding, it's very helpful if you have multiple events going on. So I'll show you really quick what I mean. So here I have them color coded: yellow, pink, orange, and green. So if I were to go into my meetings, which I also look at on my phone, and which is another reason why I like Calendly, is because it goes to my phone with an app. I can just quickly see what meetings I have that day. Here I can see green is one-off coaching calls and pink is my long-term 6-month program. So these are people that I am meeting with regarding their program. So with the green ones, I'll then go and open the details to see what they said about why they want to meet with me, so that I know, do I need to check if they have a YouTube channel? Do I need to watch some of their videos? Have they not yet started a YouTube channel? So you get information about that person. So I quickly know if it's green, I need to do some research. If it's pink, I already know what I'm doing with that person because I've been meeting with them for many months now. And I already know where we are and where we're going. So it's a little different. So that is why I think it's good to color code them if you start to have more than one event. If not, though, it doesn't matter. You just leave the color whatever you want. Here is where you choose the duration. Do you want to do a 15-minute? Is it a 15-minute exploration call? Is it a 15-minute free call? Whatever. Or is it something like 60 minutes? And then you can also do custom minutes. So if you want it to be 55 minutes or something like that, you could choose that. And then you can choose the location. You can do Zoom, phone call, in-person meeting. And then you also have additional options here. So WebEx, GoToMeeting, Microsoft Teams, etc. So you could choose one of these that you would like to do. And then once you choose that, it's going to ask you to set up that, integrate that with Calendly. So I already have that integrated. Let's say in-person, something I don't have integrated, Microsoft Teams. So I don't have Microsoft Teams at all, but if I did, then I would go to click on this to integrate it into my PayPal. So then I would click on that. It would take me to another page where then I could then put in my information about my Microsoft Teams login, and then it would integrate it into Calendly. Now, personally, I like to actually just do a custom link. So I have a custom link that I use for all of these meetings, and I just put in that custom link and hit update so that I know one-on-one coaching meetings are at this link and all the case study meetings are at that link. And so I just have it. Otherwise, it'll create a new unique link every time someone signs up. And the reason I don't like to do that is because if I have meetings back to back, I would just like people to leave from the virtual room that I'm in and then have another person come into that room. I don't want to have to then log out of that room, go find the link for the next room and go to the next room and join there. So I'd rather just have people kind of come come into the meeting room where I am and just keep moving on with each coaching call one after another that way. So that's why I do the custom link, but you can do however you want. So I'm going to just say Zoom for now, and then I'm going to hit continue. So now we've set up the name of it, we've set up the length of it, and we've set up how to meet with us. Then we go to the next tab, and it's host and invitees. Allow the invitees to add a guest. I say no because it's a one-on-one coaching and I don't want to have anyone else in there but the person I'm meeting with. So I do that, and then I say save and close. The next part is to actually set up when you want to have these meetings and how far into the future people can see those meetings. So you can choose here how many days in advance they can see. So let's say you want people to be able to schedule for 90 days out. So then they can see 90 days on the calendar of when you're available. And then it stops. Okay. So that's what you could do. You could choose a day and how far out they can see. So do whatever you feel comfortable with. And you can also switch it from calendar days, like 90 calendar days or 90 weekdays. So Monday through Friday. So you can choose that as well. So I'm going to set this to 30. I only want them to see a month out. You can also do within a date range. So let's say, for the next 2 weeks, you'll work with people and then you're going to take a break for a few months and then you'll do another 2 weeks or something like that. You could do within a date range or just indefinitely into the future. They can sign up forever. And then down here is where you actually start to pick the times you're available. So we go into, let me go back. So once you're still in schedule settings, then you can click on this to set up the actual days and times you want to meet. It automatically puts it 9 to 5. Now I am in Europe, so I think it does military time because I'm in Europe. So it might not do military time if you are located in the US because we don't really use that time there, but we use that time in Europe. So I think that's why it gives me this, but you guys will have to let me know because I don't live in the US anymore, so I don't know. But then you can go through and you can edit this. So let's say you are available on Monday, but these aren't the right times. So you click on this. And it says edit working hours schedule for this event type only or for all 2 event types using this schedule. I'm just going to say for this event type only. That probably won't pop up for you anyway. So let's say 9 to 5. So I'm going to change this that I can only have meetings from 9 to 12, 9 to noon basically on Monday. And then also I pick my child up at noon and then I give her some lunch and then I can have another meeting maybe from between 1 and 3 before I get my other child from school. So to add more time slots to Monday, I can hit this plus button and now I can add in, let's say from 1 to 3. So I would do 15. So this is 1 to 3. Oops, I hit enter so it got out. So there you go. And then let's say I can't do meetings on Tuesday and Wednesday, but I can Thursday and not Friday. So then you can just adapt and you can add a Saturday if you want. So you can adapt the schedule how you want. So I'm going to say 9 to 2 o'clock. I can have meetings on that day. So now all the hours are in there. Then you can add in a buffer time. So let's say you don't want a buffer time. So add time before or after booked Calendly events. I'm going to say, since I did 55 minutes, I don't need buffer time. But let's say you did 1 hour meetings and you want to have a buffer time between your meetings. So after an event, let's say you want a 10-minute buffer before someone can book another meeting. So then you have 10 minutes in between. So here it says 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11. Then if you go to a minimum notice, this is how much time someone can sign up for your event. So let's say it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now, and you have a slot open at 5. Someone could sign up at 1 o'clock, but they could not sign up at 1:05 because you have a 4-hour time limit, right? So that is what minimum notice is. You can click on this and change it. If you don't mind if someone signs up within an hour, you could do hour. If you want 24 hours notice, you would change this to 24 hours notice. So that is something you can do as well. So they have 1 day, you have 1 day to know in advance. This works well for certain reasons. And if you're more of a, you can meet whenever you want, you could do less time. Daily limit. This is how many maximum events you want to allow per day. So let's say you have a bunch of hours open, like you have from 9 to noon open, but you only really want to meet at most with 2 people at that time. So instead of, I think you could fit in 3 people. So let's say you only wanted to meet with 2 people a day at most. So then you can set an events per day at most. So I'm going to set 2 events at most per day. So you may have 4 events or 4 possibilities for someone to sign up on a day, but you only want to do 2 max. So maybe 2 hours a max you want to do coaching a day because you're an introvert and you can't handle any more than that, or you have other work you need to get done, but you can allow for 2 hours a day to do coaching. So that's something you can control as well. And then you can choose here how the time zone displays. Is it in the invitees, or is it in lock the time zone best for in-person events, automatically detect and show the times in my invitees time zone. So I have this selected for mine, and then it shows up in that person's time zone, the hours of my booking. And then start time increments is every 30 minutes if you want. You could change this how often it starts. So if you go over here right now, if it's set to 30, you can see that it's 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30 is how it starts. So you can choose how often the options start. So that's something you can do as well. So like if you were doing 1-hour meetings, you could just have it start at every 60 minutes. Then it would change that to 9, 10, 11, and 12. So starting on the hour. So however you want to decide to do it, you can do that. Then you hit save and close, and we go to the next tab. The next tab then is booking page options. So here you can, I'm not sure, but I think you can adjust the link if you want to say something else. And then you can add in questions if you want to. So you can add a new question here. I'll just show you the question I have. If I click here, I can go edit, and you can see, please share anything that will help me prepare for our meeting. And then you can, the answer type would be multiple lines. You can also ask questions like, please let me know your level of whatever it is that you're helping them with. And then they could choose between radio buttons, checkboxes, or drop downs. So for a drop down, you could say beginner, advanced, intermediate, beginner, immediate, advanced, and they can choose which one they are, or something like that. And then they could hit done. So there's lots of different options of what you can do for questions, and you can add more questions. So you can have lots of questions in this calendar before they book a call with you. So that's something you can do. Collect payment. So if you do want to collect payment, then you would click on this, but you do need to use a paid version of Calendly to collect payment ahead of time. And then you can choose accept payments with PayPal or accept with Stripe. Again, you can only choose one per event. So if you want to have a Stripe payment and a PayPal payment, you just need to duplicate this event and then charge differently. So I'm going to say Stripe for this one, or let's say PayPal for this one, and you put in the dollar amount that you want. So 75 USD per hour. You can also choose whatever currency you are charging. Payment terms, you could add in here something like non-refundable, or please cancel within 24 hours, or whatever it is you want to put here, any information you want to put there. And then after booking, it displays the Calendly confirmation page. So it'll say like, thank you for signing up, blah, blah, blah. That's the calendar confirmation page. Or you can change it to redirect to an external site. So maybe you want to redirect them to your YouTube channel. Maybe you want to redirect them to your website. I don't know, but you could choose that. And then you could put in the link of what website you wanted to redirect them to. And then schedule another event. I have that off. And then you can also add custom links into your channel as well, or into your booking. So now that that's all done, I hit save and close. And then the last thing is notification and workflow. So you can go in here and send automatic communications for your event. So with your calendar invitation, immediately after booking, they will receive you have signed up for this and at this time. You can also turn on email reminders. So if you want them to be reminded, you can hit on. And then this says it's going to remind them 24 hours ahead of time. You can also edit that. You can also send them text reminders. So if you turn that on, it'll send them a text reminder for the event as well, and email follow-up. So those are the things you can kind of set as well to remind people to not miss their meeting. Then you can hit save and close. And now you're done. So you can go to done. And now you will see that event type, coaching one-on-one. You will now have the link. You can look at the view booking page, so you can kind of check out that everything looks the way you want it to look, and you could test it out yourself. So you could click on it. You could click on this. You could hit next, make sure everything here makes good. It's PayPal, $75, schedule event. All of that seems to be right. Everything seems to be right here, et cetera, et cetera. So you can just check and make sure everything is the way you want it to look. Then you can copy this link and you can start to paste it into your YouTube channel. So one thing I will say is that, let's just go to YouTube. So you can go into your YouTube studio, then go into your content, and you can go in and start to add it to your other videos. So let's say I want to add it into this video. I click on the little pencil icon to edit my videos, and then I can put in the link here. So if I go here, let's say I'm going to put a row here. This is my calendar link. I'm going to hit paste, which is Control V. You can also do right click and hit paste, and you can see the shortcut is Control V. So paste that link in, but you can see that this link is quite long. Some are even longer. So instead of doing this, or maybe you don't want people to see all this information, it's more for behind the scenes purposes, you can add this link in a different way. So if you notice here, I have tinyurl.com. So I have taken this long Calendly link and made it into something shorter. So you can easily do that for free. If you go to tinyurl.com, you take your longer link here, you hit Control V again, or right click and paste, long one here. Then you just click shorten URL. It gives you a shorter link. You hit copy. Then you go back to your video, and then you hit Control V to paste, or right click and paste, however you want to do it. And now you have a tiny URL for that instead of that complicated long one. So that's just a kind of a pro tip for you, but you don't need to do that. You can just paste the original Calendly link if you want to. So now we have everything set up. Now let's say you want to accept Stripe payment as in addition to PayPal payments. Then what you would do is you would just duplicate this. So we'd make a clone of this. And once it's made, we would just go into the payment settings and change the payments. So we go into booking page and options, and down here, instead of PayPal, we would say Stripe. And then we would hit save and close. And then the one thing I would do is somehow make a note in here. So we would change the name to, instead of clone, I would just put in parentheses Stripe. So people can know that this is the Stripe payment. And then you could also, like in mine, where I put a link to, if you want to pay with Stripe, click on this link. So they would know to come here so that you can have that option. And then you hit save and close. So now you have the coaching one-on-one here, and then you have the coaching, where did it go? One-on-one with Stripe, and it's not turned on. So here's another thing. Once you set it up, if you need to turn things on, you can hit turn on. Now both of these are on, and this is a different link, but if you have people go to this one, your main source of payment, like whether you prefer PayPal or Stripe, whatever it is, if you have them go to this one, then this one from there, they can go to this one if they want to pay that way. So you only need to have one link in your channel description. You can put both, but I think it's easier just to put one and then they can link to the other one. And then for this, like, let's say I show my meetings color coded, then you could say, okay, well, I want to know if someone pays with Stripe because I don't log into Stripe all the time, but I log into PayPal all the time. Then you could actually decide to change the color of this event. So you go to event type and you can change this to be maybe a color that reminds you of Stripe, so that then when you look through your meeting events, you can see that whenever a blue pops up, it reminds you, okay, I need to go to my Stripe account and actually, get information from that for my tax person or whatever. So there you have it. That's how you set up Calendly for your coaching calls, for YouTube, and how you can start making money on YouTube right away. And by the way, if you want help with setting up your coaching or your Calendly links or anything like that, if you feel like this is very overwhelming to do it yourself and follow a step-by-step tutorial, definitely reach out to me. There's a link in the description below. I can help you. I can walk you through it. We can do it virtually over a Zoom call. No problem. I'm happy to help you. So if you are interested in that, there's a link in the description below and we can connect virtually in the future. Okay, thanks. See you guys in the next video.